Now wow, this one that I'm hearing at this time is really crazy if you ask me. So what we are hearing at this time that is coming out of the Ooni of Ife's palace is that Olori Tobi has cried out to Ropo, alleging that Kabiyesi has completely abandoned her because of a new Olori. Yes, you heard me well. Okay, so it is being said that it is being reported that Olori Tobi complained bitterly of a new Olori who now occupies Kabiesi's all-round attention, to the detriment of all other Oloris, especially her, who is still nursing her babies. Okay? So it's been reported that there's this particular lady that I'm sure a lot of you must have been suspecting that figure. One pretty lady that has been, moving around with Kabiesi, attending functions together. I think there's no way a lot of people would have been seeing her because she's extremely very conspicuous, in terms of her individuality, her personality, and everything. Okay. So it is this very lady that has made Olori Toby to cry out to Paropo at this time. Don't forget that just a few days ago, we did a report as well, regarding the launch of the opening of the new Ojaja Mall at Oshogbo, which witnessed a lot of fanfare. You recall that immediately after that opening was done, KPC, announced the management of that new Ojaja Mall. And from investigation reaching us, which is also out there in the social media space, is that the management was given to this same new Olori. Okay. And I recall that they all complained, they all cried, they all, lamented. As usual, they opened their books of lamentation before Ooni of Ife. They complained. And I think it is partly because of that as well, that is making Olori Tobi, make this formal appeal or cry or whatever you want to call it to our dear Paropo. Okay? And Paropo, is the father of all. He will give ears to whoever comes to him, and I trust that he did just that this time. Okay? So she's obviously referring to that tall, beautiful, fair complexion lady who who has been everywhere with Kabiyesi of recent. I'm sure, like I said, some of you will have been watching and taking note of that particular lady. So Olori Tobi is obviously saying that that same person who the management was given who was given the management of Jaja a few days ago is that same lady that she is complaining about. Though not much is known about her for now, but hopefully, everything should be in the public glare very soon. And I trust you, once we have more details about this pretty lady, we will surely bring it to your doorstep, okay? But that, I can tell you that that is the very lady, Olori Tobi is making this cry about, okay? So it was reported that her complaint stems from the fact that Kabiyesi hardly have time for her because he mostly prefers the new face, that is this new woman. Could this be because she's new or because she's pretty? She's asking. Okay. So she narrated how she was supposed to have lunch with Kabiyesi recently, only for Kabiyesi to dump her for the same woman. This one's supposed to be in shower. If she was truly built to have lunch with our dear Kabiyesi, and from nowhere, she was dumped, and instead, Kabiyesi, decided to call this new woman, then that is really not too good. But who am I to complain? I'm not in the mind of our dear Kabiyesi. He alone knows why he makes certain decisions. Don't forget that he's the Onirisha, and nobody can question his activities. Okay, so that is how it is. So this was said to be the one that pained her most of everything. That lunchtime she was supposed Olori Tobi was supposed to get, that was now overtaken by the new Olori, was the one they said actually pained her to her bone marrows. And as a woman, I think she ought to be very angry because what this shows is clearly, I mean, is that Ooni of Ife is much more at home with this new wife. Like I said, I wouldn't know the reason for that. Although I can tell you that she's actually very pretty. And don't forget that when something is new, I mean, there's that very high propensity that you always have all your attention towards that new thing. Okay, it's just the way the human nature is, you know. So she was said to say, first, it was Princess Peju who stole Kabiyesi's attention for more than 2 weeks. And just when she thought well, she called it madness, but when she thought the whole thing has ended, then came this new Olori. Wow. Yeah, actually, I'm sure this will resonate with a lot of us. For like more than 2 weeks that Princess Peju arrived from Canada, stopped over in Lagos. She had that 1 week long birthday, a 50th birthday bash, that a lot of people have confirmed, purportedly though, that it was Kabiyesi that handled the whole of the birthday bash. After that 1 week festivity, which culminated to the birthday proper, which was heralded at the Ojaja Arena. She was later to stay for more than a week plus in and around the palace, and they didn't find it funny. But just when they thought, or when Olori Tobi thought that was the end of it, now this new Olori, has now taken over almost immediately. Now adding to her galaxy of complaints, So now, to be frank, to be frank, one may not blame Kabiyesi that much. Looking at the beauty of this new Lori, for those of you who have not seen her, I want to tell you, just watch closely. If you see her, she has this imposing structure. You cannot mistake her. She's always very, very conspicuous. Personality wise. So you cannot mistake her. So maybe you may do well to watch out for her in Ooni of Ife's outings. Okay, so I have to admit she's indeed classy and sexy. She's got it all well put together. She exudes confidence and aura comparable to the great Nollywood or Motola. That's more sexy herself. For those of you who are familiar with Nigerian Nollywood, I'm sure those of you who know Omotola, otherwise called almost sexy. If you look at her frame, that's her height, her complexion, her beauty, and everything. This woman looks very much like her, and but this is not to say that uh, that's enough reason to completely abandon the Olories and focus all attention on this new one. But again, Onirisha is the one that decides what he wants to do, and nobody can question his authority, like I keep saying. Perhaps one can say she's the prettiest among all the Oloris as we have them right now, and she's the only Olori that probably comes close at all to our own dear Queen Naomi when it comes to general standard. That's if all we are hearing about her is true. Ropo, as a father, try to calm Olori Tobi, saying Onurisha cannot be questioned about his decisions, but believes that everything should be fine. So she got assurances that he will speak to Kabiyesi. And I think with that, Olori Tobi was a bit relieved. But sometimes, I marvel when I hear complaints like this from the Oloris because they sign up for this after all. Why opening Book of Lamentations every time something does not go their way? Why? Are they expecting KBC to change because of them? If that's what they are waiting for, I'm afraid they will have to wait till eternity because Onurisha will not change for anyone. Honestly. Perhaps these are some of the things Queen Naomi saw ahead. Being a prophetess, she saw some of these things ahead of time. And this possibly were some of the things that made her make that difficult decision to exit the palace at the time she did. Okay, so this is what we're hearing at this time. And again, like I always say, this is another book of lamentation that is just being opened by Olori Tobi. Only God know how many more book of lamentations will follow in the days ahead because we have been told by Kabiyesi himself that more Oloris are coming. So in the days ahead, the palace is going to be, it's going to be very, very interesting to follow. So this is what we heard at this time, and we felt we have to bring it to you. So What do you think about this story? Please kindly leave your comment in the comment section. I'm going to see you soon. God bless you. Bye bye.